Unfortunately, that person is Christian.
Unfortunately, he's a Buddhist.
Tibetan people are being exterminated. Their culture and religion are being stamped out.
Age 24, I lost my own country.
Unfortunate incident happened recently. This has been creating this havoc in the community, in the Buddhist community, and after skimming through and researching lots of articles and several videos watching about the Dalai Lama, I felt this need of this for the justification of his action and the clarification of his whole life. And another thing I really need to cover in this video is a message that I really wanted to convey to our Buddhist community.
Tibetan government in exile, Penpa Shering, has accused China of maligning the name of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama.
Confused and embarrassed by this video. As a
Master, I just want to say that the news coverage of His Holiness Dalai Lama and the boy by NDTV has hurt the Tibetans and people in Arunachal Pradesh, and hopefully in the future, NDTV will be a bit sensitive.
So, Julie touches the leg. I'm Stanzin from Zanskar, Ladakh. So I thought to come up with this video to give a clarification about the 83 years of spiritual life of the Dalai Lama to all the people, so that it can help them to think before they speak about and using about His Holiness Dalai Lama on such an international platforms, and it might help them to know more about His Holiness before using those harsh language against him. So the Dalai Lama itself means the ocean of wisdom, and Tibetan normally refers to Ishanurfu, the wish-fulfilling gems, and the Kundun, it means the presence. The Dalai Lama is a manifestation of Avalokiteshvara, an embodiment of a compassion. He is a global icon of a peace. And if I talk more about the life of His Holiness Dalai Lama, there's a lot of people who states that they are more great than the Dalai Lama. Then I really want to point out or highlighted the life of His Holiness Dalai Lama. His Holiness began his monastic education at age of 6. And he has passed with honor and awarded the Geshe Larampa degree, which is highest doctorate in Buddhist philosophy. And other than that, in 1950, when the Chinese invasion in Tibet, His Holiness was called upon to assume the political powers at the age of 16 years. He is the highest spiritual master of Buddhist religion, but then he has this very amazing kind of scientific way of mind, and he always believed in the 21st century of science, logic and reasoning, and he has very respond to the scientific way, and that's why lots of Westerners are attracting to him. Lots of Westerners are like taking the teachings. In 1989, he was awarded with a Nobel Peace Prize.
I'll call upon Your Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. Will you please enter the podium and receive the Nobel Peace Prize for 1989 with a gold medal and the diploma.
His non-violent struggles for the liberations of Tibet. He has advocated these policies of non-violence even in the face of extreme aggression. He traveled more than 67 countries and received 150 awards, honorary doctorate and prizes, etc. In recognition of his message of peace and compassion, he has always been concerned humanity as a whole. He never have discriminated between the different religion. He always respect the Muslim, even it's Muslim, Christianity, Jewish, everything. He has authorized and co-authorized of more than 110 books about the inner peace, about the long-term happiness, about the environment. So this is very important that in his life he engaged in a dialogue with modern scientists, mainly in field of psychology, neurobiology, quantum physics, and cosmology. This is a historic collaboration between a Buddhist monk and a world-renowned scientist in trying to help individuals with this inner peace and happiness. So if we now talk about the recent incident that happened. Before this video was getting viral, it was being shared among the WhatsApp group, in the family WhatsApp group, and people were so rejoiced by the moment that look how lucky this little young boy is, because we never get this opportunity to even see His Holiness with this close of distance. But then this boy has got this opportunity to hug him, to shake a hand with him. And for people like us in Buddhist tradition, everyone was so invited that little boy, like how lucky, how profound privilege this little boy has, greatly. But then after a week, this video was viral, was shared. This video was shared in a very different way that have conveyed or channelized the message in a wrong way. People have accused Dalai Lama with this wrong intention, and every one of us know that Chinese have always been trying to defame His Holiness the Dalai Lama, since it is a large operation for the Chinese to defame His Holiness. So then the other people won't support Dalai Lama, and the China become one. The Tibet won't be different. The Tibet and the China become one. That's their mission, and that's why the video, after researching on that, it has been found that the video that was viral, or the first ever platform that has been used by the person to defame His Holiness was came from the fraud account that was from the China. So that was their mission, to defame His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and somehow they got success in it. And the most unfortunate things that happens is this media, especially this news channel of India, are spreading and channelizing this message in a very wrong way. His Holiness have this very beautiful and humorous and comedic nature that make him different from other leaders.
What the Dalai Lama did here. What is the Dalai Lama doing here?
He loves touching, he likes doing all that, he likes all this stuff, yeah.
He's always troubling me.
What to talk about the relationship, His Holiness' relationship with the Desmond Tutu, the Archbishop Desmond Tutu. They have this very beautiful, this very funny kind of vibe we get when we see them together.
Sex. Did you say that? You are a monk, remember? I've sometimes said to him, the cameras are on us.
Honestly, the energy between them is 8-year-old boy.
You are mischievous.
And His Holiness is very concerned about preserving traditional and culture. They have this nature to greet them in a very beautiful, very calmful way. Like he used to handshake, he used to do this forehead touching, and this forehead touching is a great manifestation of love and affection. And one other thing is that nose rubbing and a handshake. This nose rubbing is a greeting style of a Maori. It's a Maori greeting style, which is in a very traditional way. The thing is that there are thousands of people who didn't get offended by this action, who didn't get offended by this video. And the question is why? Because we are familiar with His Holiness 83 years of life. He have lived this unblemished and unmarred by this controversy and denunciations and accusation. He has lived this a very beyond sensual pleasure. We the people, we lived this very commercialized and sexualized way of love, but then His Holiness is altogether different. We didn't have that. Do we have that evidence that confirm the accusation against the Dalai Lama? We cannot even prove the sexual intent in them. And it's very heartbreaking, it's very disheartening to thousands of Buddhist community that are in a profound distress, in a deep anguish because of this accusation, this harsh language is used against our father, the Dalai Lama, the teacher, the spiritual masters of our community. I'm not saying this out of devotion or worship or out of reverence, but then we are supporting Dalai Lama because the human he is, because we have studied his whole life. Some famous musician or famous singer who also states that the parents should teach their children about the boundaries, about the good and the difference between the bad and a good touch. But did you think that little boy, he didn't get to know about this bad and good touch? The boy mother is herself, the boy mother is very educated, had this grand doctor of philosophy from Russia, and she had this entrepreneurship degree from the Harvard University, and she is also a diplomatic member of the CDI. Don't you think that she know about this boundaries, about this good and bad touch? और उस बच्चे ने इतने मतलब clear शब्द में बताया था कि like he feel this positive energy, and the question is, who is the victim here? It is the Dalai Lama itself, and it is really unfair. It's truly unfair to defame him with such an unrealistic, unreliable language that has been used against him. We cannot even prove there's a sexual intent in that. And His Holiness Dalai Lama always try and inspire people to refrain from harming others, refrain from this desire, attachment and lust. यहाँ पर जो आप लोग बोल रहे हो कि हाँ child sexual abuse हो रही है, they don't want happen it to anyone, they don't want to feel the other families to feel pain, right? But what about those millions and thousands of Buddhist community of people that are in deep anguish, that cause the severe recurrent distress in their body and mind? What about them? जिस आप लोगों की लैंग्वेज की वजह से जो अभी इतना सफर कर रही है, इतना hurt feel हो रहा है, what about them?
So the last thing that I really wanted to say, it is the message that I really wanted to convey to our Buddhist community. Like, I plead you, I request you that we should not spit the hate comments on those people Instagram ID or wherever, because imagine it's like His Holiness has given his all his life was giving his teachings. बहुत सारी ऐसी कंट्रीज़ में ट्रैवल करते हैं. He traveled Ladakh, he traveled Dharamsala, he traveled many part of the India and many part of the world to spread this knowledge of inner peace, spread this knowledge of patience and calm, right? It's like Dalai Lama as a teacher, he has been teaching us. We have been taking a class of this year. Dalai Lama के साथ हमने इतना सारा class लिए हुए. Like imagine like that. And Dalai Lama, he's a very old man, right? He have this knees problem. He have hearing impairment and eyesightness भी उनका थोड़ा weak हो रही है. And because of his health issue, he cannot travel all the world. But even he's trying to travel all the world to help people to convey the message about the inner peace, to convey the message about the human understanding the reality, and to arise the compassion oneself, right? Dalai Lama is working so hard to get to us about this realistic important things to know about us, to create the human inner peace, to teach more about patience and compassion. Now for now जो अभी वक्त आया है हमारे लिए, it's like a exam. It's like कि Dalai Lama is trying to examine us कि हाँ जो मैंने पढ़ा है अब मैं देखती हूँ कि तुम लोगों को आता है या नहीं आता है, जो तुमने फॉलो कर रही हो, तुम इस चीज़ को फॉलो कर रही हो या नहीं कर रहे हो. It's like this situation has been created by His Holiness Dalai Lama कि that okay, now I'm taking your test कि आप लोगों ने क्या सीखा मुझसे, कि इतने सालों से मैंने इतना कोशिश किया, इतने सालों से मैं तुम लोगों को कला चक रहा हो या बहुत सारे ऐसे टीचिंग्स देते आ रहे हो, and now he really wanted to test us कि हम लोग इस पे क्या कर रहे हैं, कि किस स्टेज पे हम लोग खड़े हैं. And it's like if we go there and speed head comments और बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें, बहुत सारी aggression वहाँ पर उनकी using this harsh language against them, it's like we are failing in that. Dalai Lama, obviously he won't give us marks if we consider him as a teacher. And he is a teacher and we are a student, and we should pass this exam. We should pass it with more calm and patient nature. Obviously, you should go in there, comment and justify His Holiness action. कि हाँ उनके बारे में बताओ कि His Holiness कौन है, क्या है, and what he has ever done in his life. और उन्होंने क्यों किया ये सारा चीज़. Obviously justify करो. But then go in there, comment and spreading this aggression about your family, about them. Is that wrong? We are failing in this. We are not gonna pass in this exam if we does that thing again and again. It's like we're gonna pass the exam if you're more patient, more calm, and more think in a more realistic way to understand the reality, to understand the deep meaning of it. So yeah, and I want to conclude this video with a famous saying of the Dalai Lama, and it says, "I am you, you are me, and we are the same human being. So be a Dalai Lama of each of your country." Julie, Tashidelek, Namaste ji.
See, this picture, special picture, I think at the time of my death, I will remember you.